What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Jellygoon TV and welcome back to this beautiful channel and to you beautiful people. I just want to say we almost at 100 subscribers. It's going the right way. I massively appreciate you guys and I love you so fucking much. Also the girls and the guys. You are really the true reason why I do this, and I see that you are interacting in the comments down below, and it's just freaking beautiful to see. I love each and every one of you, and especially the guys that are watching this video too, the ones that click on this video, but I really do have love for my subscribers. Thank you so much for giving me a chance, and I hope that you would like my future reactions. But anyway, let's move on. And a Happy New Year, I have to say that. I hope you had a great party and everything, and I hope you got drunk, because I got drunk. But yeah, anyway, today we gotta move on our franchise. So this is the history of Russia part 4 by History TV or Epic History TV. Yeah, the link is down below. But I just want to say that last time we reacted to this, we got the information about Catherine II, and now we are at the military revolt. It means that the military is sick and tired of the kings. So, yeah, they have to revolt. They think a liberal idea. They got used to Catherine II, I think. So, yeah, it's a beautiful thing to watch. So let's just see what's going on and let's see how Russia actually goes to transformation. So let's go. History Epic. History Epic. Uh-oh.
1825.
Oh, wait.
Victory over Napoleon,
yes, sir,
confirmed Russia's status as a
wow.
world power.
Look at that.
But there was discontent within Russia amongst intellectuals and army officers.
Of course.
Some of whom had formed secret societies to plot.
Let me just pause. It seems like all in history there always been these monarchies or hierarchies or whatever of secret societies that actually plan to do something to rebel against the king. I think England is a perfect example of that because I actually think they had a whole order or something like that. I'm not, don't quote me on that, but it happens a lot in the world that there's somebody who's looking at you and they just pissed. Like on YouTube, there's some people who doesn't like my videos. Like there's always somebody who looks at you pissed, no matter how good you do it or how bad you do it. There's always somebody who wants the power that you have. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to say that each and every country, I think they had these guys and girls who actually, you know, revolt against their king or their, you know, government, like we see now with secret society and conspiracy theorists, and you know, we don't want to live under government with the chip and all this dumb stuff. So yeah, it actually crazy to see that it's still going on. But yeah, anyway, let's just get into this. They didn't have freedom of speech back then. So yeah, let's just go. And I'm not American, no.
Autocratic system. When Emperor Alexander was succeeded, not as expected by his brother Constantine, but by a younger brother, Nicholas, one of these secret societies used the confusion to launch a military coup. But the Decembrist revolt, as it became known, was defeated by loyalist troops, and the ringleaders were hanged. Others were sent into internal exile in Siberia. This was to become a common sentence for criminals.
Let me just pause it here. Be in the exile of your own country because you think that you fight for what is right and you actually have a dream or ideology that you want to fight for, and that's just the crazy part, that you actually get exiled. But lucky you didn't get killed. Lucky you had your life. But still, when you are a guy, especially there were guys in this, it's just fucked up to see that you get exiled from your own country because you feel betrayed from your own country because you actually had something to say. You were no longer a slave or no longer under anybody because you're trying to get your own voice across. We've seen that through history all the time. But yeah, let's just get into this one.
And political prisoners in Tsarist Russia. Nicholas went on to adopt an official doctrine of orthodoxy, autocracy, and nationality. The state was to rest on the pillars of church, Tsar, and the Russian national spirit, a clear rejection of the values of European liberalism. In the Caucasus, border clashes with Persia led to a war which ended in complete Russian victory. The Treaty of Turkmenchay forced Persia to cede all its territories in the region to Russia.
That's crazy.
And pay a large indemnity. Russian support for Greece in its war of independence against the Ottomans led to war between Russia and the Ottoman Empire. Russian
Let
victory.
me just pause it there. You see, Russia is a good guy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Russia is not always bad like every single country in the world. Russia is not always to blame for everything. They actually helped Greece trying to get independence, you know? They say, you know what, little brother, let me get over there. Let me kick some ass and let me get your independence. You know what I mean? What they do after if they take over Greece, I don't really care, but the thought is very nice. But people, they have to understand that there's a lot of countries that have a lot of history, but it's not always bad. Like, there are some good things that came out of the history. You know what I mean? But, yeah. Let's just get into it. The freaking camera just fell down, so yeah, I hope we at the same place, but let's just keep going.
Brought further gains in the Black Sea region. A Polish revolt, led by young army officers, was crushed by Russian troops. Alexander Pushkin, Russia's greatest poet, was shot in a duel, and 2 days later died from his wounds. Nicholas sent troops to help put down a Hungarian revolt against Austrian rule. The emperor's willingness to help suppress liberal revolts won him the nickname the Gendarme,
the godfather of the 1800.
Russia's first major railway was opened, connecting St. Petersburg and Moscow.
Nice.
Alexander Herzen, a leading intellectual critic of Russia's autocracy, emigrated to London, where he continued to call for reform in his homeland. He'd later be described as the father of Russian socialism. The Ottoman Empire, now known as the sick man of Europe, reacted to further Russian provocations by declaring war. The Russian Black Sea Fleet inflicted a crushing defeat on the Turks at the Battle of Sinope. But Britain and France, alarmed at Russia's southern expansion and potential control of Constantinople, declared war on Russia. The Allies landed troops in Crimea and besieged the naval base of Sevastopol, which fell after a grueling year-long siege.
A year-long siege, wow.
In the Baltic, British and French warships blockaded the Russian capital, St. Petersburg. Russia was forced to sign a humiliating peace, withdraw its forces from the Black Sea, and put on hold plans for further southern expansion.
Alexander II, the Liberator. Wow.
Nicholas I was succeeded by his son, Alexander II. The Crimean War had exposed Russia's weakness. The country lagged far behind its European rivals in industry, infrastructure, and military power. So Alexander, unlike his father, decided to embrace reform. The most obvious sign of Russia's backwardness was serfdom. According to the 1857 census, more than a third of Russians were serfs, forced to work their master's land with few rights, restrictions on movement.
Let me just pause there. See, black people, this is what I'm trying to tell you. You are not the only one who got enslaved. Just because I'm from Denmark and I'm white, it doesn't mean my people wasn't enslaved. Because in Denmark, my people was enslaved too, the farmers, everything. I got a family that goes back to the farmer. And that's what I'm trying to tell these people, that everybody was enslaved back then. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. It's not only black people who is to have this pain, but I really don't care because I need to live my life now. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, don't rely on the past, because people who really rely on the past is people who don't have a future. Like, seriously. Don't rely on the past like that, because, see, this is what I'm saying. There were so many people in Europe that had slaves that actually were white because they were peasants. They were poor people. Nobody cares about poor people. That's how it is. But let me just move on right now, man. Before I let a raised debate or something.
They were slaves in all but name. In 1861, Alexander II abolished serfdom in Russia. He was hailed as the liberator. But in reality, most former serfs remained trapped in servitude and poverty. Alexander's reforms would continue with the creation of the Zemstva, provincial assemblies with authority over local affairs, including education and social welfare. In the Far East, Russia forced territorial concessions from a weakened China, leading to the founding of Vladivostok, Russia's major Pacific port. Another uprising by Poles and Lithuanians against Russian rule was once more crushed by the Russian army. In the Caucasus, Russia's long and brutal war against local tribes came to an end, with their leaders swearing oaths of loyalty to the Tsar. In Central Asia, the Russian Empire was gradually expanding southwards. Russian armies defeated the Emirate of Bukhara and the Khanate of Khiva, and by the 1880s, Russia had conquered most of what was then called Turkestan, today the countries of Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Turkmenistan.
That's crazy.
Imperial rivalry in Central Asia between Russia and Britain led to
British India. What?
A 19th century version of the Cold War. Centered on Afghanistan, diplomats and spies on both sides tried to win local support, extend their own influence, and limit the expansion of their rival, while avoiding direct military confrontation.
That's a new warfare.
Russia decided to sell Alaska to America for $7.2 million. Many Americans thought it was a waste of money. Gold and oil were only discovered there much later. Leo Tolstoy's War and Peace was published, still regarded as one of the world's greatest works of literature. The late 19th century was a cultural golden age for Russia, a period of literary greats and outstanding composers.
Yeah, here comes the guy with their texts.
Russia,
smarter than everybody else.
Nationalist revolts in the Balkans against Ottoman rule, went to war with the Ottoman
Empire
once more.
Russia.
Russian troops crossed the Danube, then with Bulgarian help fought to secure the vital Shipka Pass. Then they launched a bloody 5-month siege of Plevna in Bulgaria. Russia and her allies finally won victory, with their troops threatening Constantinople itself. But at the Congress of Berlin, Russia bowed to international pressure and accepted limited gains, in a settlement that also led to independence for Romania, Serbia, Montenegro, and later Bulgaria. Meanwhile, within Russia, radical political groups were increasingly frustrated
of course,
by
as they always are.
limited reforms. There were several failed attempts to assassinate the emperor, but as he prepared to approve new constitutional reforms, he was killed in St. Petersburg by a bomb thrown by members of the People's Will, one of the world's first modern terrorist groups. This act of violence would lead only to a new era of repression.
That's crazy, man.
Did you know all Epic History TV videos are made by just one person? With a little
That's
help
amazing.
from Charles Nove. We would sincerely
I already
appreciate
subscribed,
your
man.
support at our Patreon page to help us keep making history videos. Please click the link to find out how you can become an Epic History TV patron.
Alright, let's cut it here. Man, that was amazing, man. That's truly beautiful that Russia's seen so much history. That's what I'm talking about history in Russia. It's just unbelievable how much history you have. It's really unbelievable. Like, you've been to war so many times. Like, so many times. And the only way you lost is basically a alliance between the British, the Turkish, and somebody else. I can't really remember. That's the only reason why you actually lost, and that is crazy. That is very crazy. United, like you won over Napoleon. That's crazy. That's amazing, man. I really do respect Russia, and it's nice to see the Russian history and what it's been through. And I like this guy, Alexander, or whatever his name is, Alexander II. No, I can't remember. I think it was Alexander II. I really don't know. But he was actually he still was forcing military, but you know, he was still smart. But the radical people of a country is not really smart, because all they see is not politics or strategies. All they see is that we need to go to war against everybody, and everybody is against us because we're the right people. You know what I mean? And that's the problem with their ideology, because it's just, you cannot do that. It's impossible to do. We've seen it again and again where empires, they fell because of this stupid ignorancy. Like, sometimes you need peace, sometimes you need war, but there's always a time for that. But anyway, guys, I really do enjoy these videos, and I will react to part 5 in a bit, and I'm gonna upload it, of course. So, yeah, if you like this video, please hit the like button down below, and show some support to the channel by subscribing. We almost at 100 subscribers. Our goal is 500 subscribers, and it's just gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be a crazy ride if we can get there, man. It's gonna be amazing, truly amazing. But anyway, guys, I'm so happy to react to this, and I really hope that you got a good reaction out of it. So yeah, my camera fell down half under, so I really hope we did follow the video and all that. But yeah, I will try to edit it as good as I can. But yeah, anyway, guys and girls, I'm gonna see you into the next video. Peace.